What is up, my martial arts friends? Welcome to the video. Thank you for clicking on the link or unmuting it, whatever platform you happen to be watching this on. You guys know I always appreciate you watching these videos, joining me for my little martial arts workouts, fun, goodness stuff. So today I've got some a kicking exercise for you. So this is something I was actually just doing. This is something I like to do. And I'm really having to start doing again because my legs are not as flexible as they used to be back when I was competing. I'm telling you, Kali, it doesn't have a lot of kicks, and the kicks that they do are, they don't go above the waist. You don't really do any high kicks in Kali, and I've been focusing on my Kali for the last 3 years, and so it's interesting with Kali because you do the left lead so much and you're pushing off the right lead so much and you're pushing off this left leg. I've noticed that my hamstring back here is really tight, and then also my flexibility, what would that be, my hip flexors right there is garbage. It's not what it used to be. It's getting better after doing this type of a workout. So that's actually the muscle groups that this stretching exercise is designed to target. It's actually, you're targeting these muscles right here, and then your hamstrings back here is what we're doing. So let's get into this. So this is we're going to be doing roundhouse kicks to help with our flexibility, utilizing what's called dynamic stretching. For those of you that don't know, you've got static stretching, which is just bending over, and just standing there. Toe touches would be an example of static stretching. Dynamic stretching is stretching with movement. There's another type of stretching that I can't remember what it's called. It's a little bit more extreme than dynamic stretching, but specialists generally agree that dynamic stretching, dynamic flexibility is the best form of stretching, which is why I like to do it with my workouts. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be using your roundhouse kicks to increase the flexibility of your legs. But this is a lot more than just throwing roundhouse kicks, right? There's a lot of detail that you want to focus on when you're doing this, because you're really actually developing the skill of that roundhouse kick, in addition to the flexibility that you're gaining in your legs for the kicking, right? So I'm actually gonna, for those of you that maybe you don't really know how to do a roundhouse kick, I'm gonna kind of give you some really fine details on how to do a really good roundhouse kick, so that you can actually do this properly with this flexibility exercise, all right? So I'm gonna start off in a left lead. It doesn't matter, we're actually gonna be switching between a left lead and a right lead. Left lead and a right lead, if I can speak, for this exercise. So you're gonna start off and you're kind of barely within kicking range or just outside of kicking range here, okay? And what I'm gonna do is, I don't wanna just, start throwing roundhouse kicks. I wanna focus on all these little things, right? So I'm starting off and I've got 0 degrees. A lot of people call this the line of attack. In Kali, this is 0 degrees, right in front of you, basically the bridge of your nose, right? And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this left foot and I'm gonna step to the left of 0 degrees, right? And kind of angling those toes out a little bit. This is starting to open up my hips is what I'm doing here, so that it's gonna increase the power of the kick. Now when I go to kick, what I wanna do is I want to turn this hip over as I lift the knee. First kick we're gonna do is gonna be a low kick, all right? So I'm stepping off 0 degrees, turning the toes slightly, and then I'm lifting the knee as I rotate the hip, right? But you don't wanna just have your legs straight the whole time. You see that, how I had my leg basically straight this whole time? You want to have a slight bend in your knee, you see that, when you're starting your kick, because what that's going to do is that's going to give you a little bit more of a whipping effect. It's going to increase the power if you extend that knee and snap it right at the last moment, so that the timing of this is that your hip rotates fully, your knee gets into position, and your leg fully extends, all at the moment of contact. Right at the moment of contact, if you can focus on that and get that timing down, you're actually going to be able to drive the maximum amount of energy into your target, okay? So 0 degrees, stepping to the left of 0 degrees, turning the toes, opening up the hip, rotating that hip, lifting the knee, and snapping the leg. But I'm not just going to snap and I'm not just tapping this thing, right? I want to actually have follow through. So what you're going to do is when you make contact, push through the bag, okay? Push through the bag. You're going to notice that, one, this is going to increase the power of your kick, but it's also going to help you with your recovery. It will help you to recover faster, because if I push, it's going to increase the amount of energy that's actually repelling off of the bag back into me, right? Back into my leg, so I can utilize that to reset myself, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be doing very detailed roundhouse kicks like this, and we're gonna do low kick with, and this is all rear leg roundhouse kick. So we're gonna do a low kick with the right leg, low kick with the left, mid right, mid left, high, high, okay? So, one other thing with that's the kick. What are you doing with your hands, right? So, what you want to do is when you're taking that step to the left, you want to do front hand, back hand, then your kick, okay? The reason for that is this is either jab cross kick, parry cross kick, parry or jab parry kick, something like that. It's hand kick. You're acknowledging and you're training in your mind that if you're going to land a kick or if you're entering, generally speaking, you got to deal with something with the hands as well. It's not going to be totally isolated. So you want to train that with this drill. So you're doing hand, kick, and resetting. Now when you do the reset, because we're going from side to side with this, one after the other, and you'll see that in a second, what you're trying to practice with this also is recovering and positioning yourself in the exact right position for an immediate follow-up attack. So what I mean by that is when I do my hand kick and I land, my foot lands exactly where it needs to be to do hand kick with this other foot. So I'm going back and forth across center line there, across that 0 degrees. As I do my kick, boom, 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 boom. You see, let me turn the bag so that you can see this part a little bit better. All right, so you guys can see what I mean, like traveling on zero. So I'm on 0 degrees. Oh, let me start with left foot. 0 degrees, starting, I'm moving off that 0 degrees, right? Hands, hand, foot, coming over, hand, boom. You see how I'm going across? Boom, I'm crossing 0 degrees every time, right? Because that's the thing, is that you want to be doing that with your kicks, because that's going to increase your power, the power of your kicks. If you're moving in the direction that your kick is flowing to, that's going to put the entirety of your body mass into that kick, right? So you're practicing that, and you're practicing landing in the exact spot that you need to land to have that follow-up kick, all right? Let me put the bag back over here. All right, so now that you understand how we're doing our roundhouse kicks, I think that's all the details. I'm not going to repeat it. Just go back and watch it again if you need to have that repeated. So now that you understand how we're doing our kicks, you got all the little details, what you're doing is you're going to do low kick, like I said, with the right foot, low kick left, mid, mid, high, high, and that's the drill. So I'm doing hand, hand, foot, hand, hand, foot, mid, boom, boom, high, boom, boom, and that one right there is when you really get that stretch, and here and here. One other detail, very important detail actually, that I forgot to say is the placement of your strike. So yes, we're striking low, mid, high, and you want to be able to see that very clearly, that you're striking leg, body, head is really what you're practicing there. But the placement, the precision of your strike, you should feel the kick land right about here. So this part of your shin, right about there, is the sweet spot, not the top of your foot. The top of your foot's got a bunch of small little bones. It'll hurt if you hit somebody with the top of your foot, but it really is going to hurt you as well. I'm telling you, especially if you have bare feet. Even if you do leg kicks on somebody and you're doing leg kicks properly, if you're landing them with the top of your foot, it's going to hurt your foot. Believe me, I know from experience. So you really do want to practice when you're doing this drill. Practice the precision of your strike and make sure that you're trying to hit with that sweet spot on your shin, okay? So let me go through this just a couple of times, all right? So starting off in a left lead or right lead, whichever one you prefer. We're stepping off and we're doing hand, hand, low kick. Stepping and landing exactly where I need to deliver my hand, hand, low kick on the other side. Hand, hand, mid kick. Hand, hand, mid, and then hand, hand, high, hand, high, and then just coming back. And give it a second. The thing is this is just a stretching drill, right? This is not a drill, and a drill to help you with the precision of your kicks. This is not a drill that is really designed to get your heart rate going super crazy high. You will feel your heart rate go up a little bit with it, but that's not really the goal. The goal is flexibility. So what you want to do with something like this is go through that drill once, maybe twice, then move on to something else. I was doing this, then using my speed bag, or coming to my little rings and doing some little body weight workouts, and then coming back to this and going, doing this drill once, maybe twice, going to something else. Doing that is going to make it so that your muscles are able to stretch and then slowly recover. Then stretch a little bit further, then slowly recover, then stretch, and you're going to see that your kicks are going to get higher and higher and higher very quickly with a drill like this. I would recommend, because you don't want to overstretch your legs, just do this, I don't know, maybe 10 or 15 times through, nothing too much more than that, and then give it a couple of days before you do this again, because once again, you really don't want to overstretch your legs. Flexibility takes time to develop, even if you are getting it back like I'm trying to do, and it's frustrating. You still do want to give yourself time, your body time to actually recover and acclimate to what it is that you're doing. Let me just demonstrate this one more time for you guys and let you go. Oh yeah, so one more detail about the way you actually do the kick. So when you're doing this hands and you have your back one out, what you want to do is kind of imagine like you're like pulling a cord down or something like that. Boom! As you throw that leg up, what that does, by bringing your hand down is it's actually going to make it so that you can roll your hip over a bit more and increase the power and reach of your roundhouse kick if you bring your arm down when you're kicking. This is something that you learn from like Muay Thai. But when you do that, you want to be careful and make sure that you're tucking your chin behind your shoulder when you do that, just in case somehow somebody's able to slip through and get a punch off. You want to make sure you're covering up that knockout button. That's all I got for you guys today. I appreciate you watching this all the way to the end. I think it's awesome that you guys watch these videos. Hopefully this is something that you can bring into your own training regimen, something that will help you. That's the whole purpose of me doing these things. It's just to show you stuff that I do that works for me, and hopefully it's something that will work for you guys as well. Anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. See you in the next video. God bless. Deuces.